Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to Billion Happy Life like marathon. We are doing morning motivational meetings, reading world scriptures, and let's start reading. Mm, We came to the chapter Duality. Duality is a consistent theme throughout the cosmos. All existing beings display duality or polarity, male and female, light and dark, heaven and earth, mind and body, subject and object, the self and the whole, being and not being. The dynamic interactions between these poles are a source of generative and creative power. This is seen in the regular cycles of nature, the alternation of day and night, and the changing seasons. Mm, Duality is portrayed mystically by the cosmic union of God and godness, and recognizing by science in the electromagnetic interactions that construct atoms molecules. Some religions, notably Confucianism and Taoism, regard the polarity of yang masculine and yin feminine as a governing principle of nature, one that can instruct human beings on the proper way of life. Father Moon devotes considerable attention to duality, which he develops into a systematic uh, relational ontology. He observed the interactions in nature and sees in them the basis for the principle of altruism as giving precedes receiving in all successful relationships. Given the forces of repulsion in nature have the effect of reduction person to person, thus protecting the realm of creative and loving relationship that duality provides. On that basis, he also critiqued the Marxist dialectic for teaching of Lauer's conception of reality rooted in conflict, the duality of masculine and feminine, and all things we have created by prayers that you may receive instruction. Quran 51:49. All things are powerful, one opposite the other, and he has made nothing incomplete. One confirms the good things of the other, and who can have enough of beholding his glory? Ecclesiasticus 42:24-25 Christianity. The originator of the heavens and the earth, he have appointed for you or yourself pauses and prayers also of the cattle by means of which he multiplies you. Quran 42:11. The great primal beginning generates the two primary forces, yang and yin. The two primary forces generate the four images. The four images generate the eight trigrams. The eight trigrams determine good fortune and misfortune. Good fortune and misfortune create the great field of action. One chin great commentary 1:11:5 conscience. The Creator, out of desire to procreate, devoted himself to concentrated ardor. Tablets. Wills thus devoted to concentrated ardor. He produced a couple, matter and life, prana, saying to himself, these two will produce all manner of creature for me. Now life is the sun, matter is the moon. Pasha Upanishad 1:4-5. By the transforming of yang and its union with yin, the five agents arise: water, fire, wood, mental, metal, and earth. When these five forces are distributed in harmonious order, the four seasons run their course. The five agents constitute the system of yang and yin and yang consecutive on the great ultimate Chomsky's explanation of the diagram of the great ultimate Confucianism. Mujahid said, God has created all things in pairs. He created man and woman, heaven and earth, sun, moon, night and day, light and dark, making mankind and the jinn, good and evil, morning and evening, also all different kinds of food and winds and sounds. God has made all this as sign of his greatness. Outward to be Outwarian Surah 17 Islam. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him, male and female. He created them, Genesis 1:27. Male and female, he created them. From this, we learn that every figure that does not compromise male and female elements is not a true and proper figure. Observe this: God does not place his abode in any place where male and female are not found together, nor are blessing found save in such a place. Zohar 155b, Judaism. All life, all pulsations in creation throb with the mighty declaration of the truth of Shiva Shakti, and to the eternal He and the eternal She at play in manifestation. Kularna Tantra 3, Hinduism. When the upper world was filled and became pregnant, it brought forth two children together, a male and female. These being heaven and earth after the supernatural pattern. The earth is fed from the waters of heaven, which is poured into it. These upper waters, however, are male, whereas the lower are female, and the lower are fed from the male, and the lower water goes to the upper, like a female that receives the male and pour out water to meet the water of the male to produce seed. Zohar 129b, Judaism. The innate is fourfold, for wisdom is the woman, and mean is the man. That thereafter these both became fourfold, distinguished as relative and absolute. In a man, there is this fourfold nature, the thought of enlightenment, relative, and the bliss arising from it, absolute. And woman too, it is the same, the thought of enlightenment and the bliss arising from it. Hera, Jarat, Tantra 8:26-29 Buddhism. And now let's go reading Second Coming Messiah teaching of Sun Moon. The entire world of beings exists in pair system. Human beings exist as a man and woman, and animals as a male and female. Insects also exist as a male and female. So do butterflies, birds, ants, and even minerals. The 107 elements do not come together randomly. when one element finds another that can be its reciprocal partner, nothing can stop them from uniting. But not even God can bring together two positives that repel each other. If there is a reciprocal quality between two things, they will come together automatically and nothing can stop them. When we study the universe, we see that all beings exist by forming a reciprocal relationship between masculine yang and feminine yin. This holds in all cases. And on the level of minerals, the bonding of positive and negative ions forms molecules. In plants, existence and propagation occur through the conspiration of pistil and stamen. This duality is even more pronounced in animals, birds, mammals, and all of these type of animals exist as male and female. Finally, we human beings, who are God's highest creation, are differentiated as man and woman. The first man, Adam, and the first woman, Eve, were the first ancestors of humankind. For what purpose did God create the universe with the duality? The Creator separated all things into masculine and feminine so that the two could join by giving and receiving love. All species increase their numbers and carry on life through acts of love. The universe emerged out of relationship between up and down, right and left, and front and back. Therefore, from insects to animals and humans, heaven and earth exist in a pair system. Even the five sensory organs exist in pair system. So, do the hands, feet, feet, mind, body. However, our mind and body are not united as one. And this is the most critical problem. Our eyes blink together, our nostril breath together, our lips move together when we speak. Sounds resonate in both ears when we hear. We use both hands to make things. We cannot walk with one foot alone, but require 2 feet. Everything in the universe needs a partner in order to function and act. Nothing can function alone. Hence, a being by itself can resemble God. When God created, He worked centering on human beings, with human beings as His model. He expanded the creation in all directions. Hence, he created all creatures, minerals, plants, and animals in pairs. The act of creation proceeded by weaving together in pairs the vertical path and the horizontal path. Some move straight, some is zigzag. Others engaged in all manner of action, but all were arranged in a pair system to create the natural world. It is teaching material for people to learn about ideal love. Inside the seed of a plant are two parts in a reciprocal relationship. The two are completely one inside a single shell. They engage in give and take action through the embryo in order to propagate life. In an egg, too, there is an embryo between yolk and white, and they form the body with the single shell. The same is true for the human fetus. Whether human beings or plants, life forms through a harmonious union of subject and object partners by means of give and take actions. These multiply in a way that resembles their causal being, thus connected to the foundation of their existence. Ultimately, we resemble the first cause. Therefore, the first cause must be the basic model with subject and object partner forming a perfect harmonious union and having the status of our partner in a relationship all being. Even though a person may have many possessions, many children, and great power, there is no joy if he or she live alone. Likewise, although God is the subject and the absolute being without a partner, he also is lonely. Why did God created the heaven and earth? God is the absolute subject, but he cannot experience joy as long as he remains alone. Joy cannot be experienced alone. It arises only in the context of a relationship. Peace too and happiness only exist in the context of relationship. For this reason, God cannot function as God as long as he is alone. Throughout the universe, love is something that no being can possess by itself. Once a being meets its counterpart, however, and they relate with love, they can obtain all the things that their love provides. For example, even though a couple may love children until they have children, of their own, they cannot experience parental love. They cannot become owners of the kind of love that parents have for their children. From this perspective, we can understand why God created human beings and the universe. He created them as his object partners in order to realize true love. All types of love, including the love of children, love of siblings, love of husband and wife, and love of parents came about through the unity of subject-object partners. Once subject and object partners became one, nothing can separate them. If they could be divided, we could not say that true love is indestructible. Indestructible among married couples, there should not be even the thought of divorce. God created everything in complementary pairs so that they could receive God's true love. God wanted them to perceive this one love as a partnership. If a man and a woman perfect God's love, embody God's love, and share that love with each other from the same ground of complementary as God, then they will definitely become an ideal couple. For the sake of love, God created human beings as his partners. God created all things in the universe in pairs so that God's love may be eternal. Man's love may be eternal, woman's love may be eternal, and children's love may be eternal. They are all God's family, hence they should be eternal. Yes, brothers and sisters, so inspire motivational words of word scripture. Let's go further reading from my book, God's Global Trends, God and Science. As you know already, many scientists were believers in God and were receiving inspiration, ideas, and dreams and revelations. Historians have proven that modern science arose in Christian culture of Europe because core Christian belief provide the presupposition needed for science to get started. The founder of modern science believed that the universe is regular, orderly, and rational because God is personal, rational, and faithful. Just as a work of art displays the invisible nature of its creation in a concrete form, everything in the created universe is a substantial manifestation of some quality of the creation invisible divine nature. As we can come to know the character of an artist through his work, so we can understand the nature of God by observing the diverse thing of creation in the natural environment. Hence, through the importance of observation and experiment, an approach that distinguishes the science of the 17th century from the deductive approach of the ancient Greeks, we can deduce that the behavior of the physical world is intelligible to human reason because God has made us in his image and has given us a mind which we with which we think and the soul to feel. As we analyze today's global trends, the very science which has been developed for the happiness of humankind is the cause of difficulty or even harm, and the only way to be freed from this harm is to bring science under the true value perspective which centers in God's love. As more and more scientists find themselves pushed to the limit of science, they find that the key to transcending this limit is to regard that behind all materials and life phenomena, and there is a purposeful motive working in accordance with God's divine principle and purpose of creation. As we discussed before, science and religion have both discovered most of God's divine principles, one naming them law of nature and the other truth, respectively, talking about the same thing, so their cooperation is inevitable for the world perfection. Yes, brothers and sisters, thank you so very much. This is the message for today. Please practice it in your family, community, country, and the world as we read it, to practice it by love. Love your spouse, love your children, and do it gradually in your community, city, country, and the world. Wish you a great day today. Like our video, comment it, and share this message to billions, for billion happy live subscribers marathon. Don't forget to make morning exercise. Stay strong in this pandemic time. Wish you all the best, and contact me for cooperation.